The next spiritual sense is clear feeling. Now, a lot of people will confuse this with the previous one that I was mentioning, clear emotions. Clear feeling, or in French, clairsentience, is different because this has to do with physical sensations, whether they're good or bad. And they can be tied to not just emotions, but also thoughts, disease, and injury. And these are more felt as sensations in the body rather than emotions. So like a physical, like pain in your side that's not really yours. You're picking it up from someone else. Or perhaps your intuition is communicating to you because you feel a pain in your big right toe, and you go look up what the symbolism is of the big right toe, and you realize, oh, there's something going on with my throat, or not feeling like I can speak out. There's a reason why acupuncture exists. It's so interesting because all the nerve endings on your ear, even your hands, your feet, they all correlate with parts of your body. And so for that reason, parts of your body can tend to be very symbolic of what's going on with you, whether it's your thoughts, your emotions, or an actual physical problem. So use it as a clue. An example would be that the body sends a signal to you or a sensation to you as a way to communicate. Now, I'm not really necessarily talking about your stomach growling because you're hungry. That would be too obvious, but it would be something like, I've had so many different sensations. Sometimes I'll feel like this heaviness in my head, like almost like I'm blocked, like almost like I have a book sitting on top of me or like a rod going through my head. It feels like really weird. And I know that there's something going on with my thoughts or something going on that's blocking me from above. So I work on clearing that so that I can receive intuitive information more easily. The benefits are it can be super fast to identify where the body needs help. This also happened to me. I was learning how to do Reiki, and my Reiki master told me, because I was getting these signals in my body like, oh, interesting. And I'm talking out loud so everyone can hear because I'm just practicing on this person. I'm like, oh, my knee starts hurting, And so I would work on that person's knee. And it was really funny because my Reiki master said, stop empathing, which is like the clear emotions I was talking about before. And that's not what it was. She's like it was bad, like I was going to absorb something into my body from them. And I told her, I said, without knowing how I knew, this is claircognizance, I said, no, actually, I'm using it as a clue to help me know where that person needs attention. And I didn't realize that that's what I was doing. It's not like I had practiced this before. This is my first time practicing Reiki. I just inherently knew that claircognizance, that what was happening to me was clairsentience to tell me an idea of what was happening to that person. Another example of this is like when I was pregnant, my husband, who tends to be very clairsentient, would also have morning sickness. Or sometimes even just in everyday life, he'll have a headache or, stomach ache or something. And he'll ask me, Christy, do you feel okay? Do you have a headache or something? And sometimes the answer is yes. And sometimes the answer is no. And it's almost like he's just double checking, like, is that mine or is that hers? Because sometimes if we don't keep this in check, it can feel like we're suffering, and we don't need to suffer. It's just meant to be intuitive information, maybe to help you be more compassionate towards the people around you. Like if my husband really did intuit a headache from me, then he can know, well, maybe I'll take the kids to bed tonight or something. It's just nice to be able to tell if it's really yours or someone else's. So the other thing, which is very, very great, like I have this book called Heal Your Body by Louise Hay. And in that book, and there's several books like this, and that's not the only one, but it talks about the different symbolism of different parts of the body. So in my studies and my research, I found that physical ailments can show up because there is a corresponding emotion that has been left unaddressed. So that might be another good resource for you to look at if you don't already have that book. Like I said, there's other books like that. if you think this might be one of your top dominant senses, if you're always, if you have a lot of pain in your body or disease in your body, this could definitely be because you're picking it up from your environment or people around you, and it's not really yours. So this also can be a warning signal when you're near positive or negative people, spirits, or influences. So like, when you get goosebumps, that could tell you that you have truth. I mean, who hasn't had goosebumps, right? I mean, a lot of people have. Other people could have like a burning sensation in their heart, like they just know something's true, and they're feeling that as a physical sensation in their body. So these things can be positive as well. The challenge is that the body can experience a lot of pain and discomfort until you learn how to pick up on these signals. And like the example I gave before with the Reiki, as soon as I recognized, oh, my knee is hurting because her knee, there's something going on there, it would go away. So I know that's not always the case. Sometimes there's things we need to learn to clear, like emotions. Like for a while I had knee pain, and I realized that there was some unresolved emotions that were being stored in my knee. As soon as I cleared those, the knee pain went away. It's not always the case. Sometimes you need to seek medical help. These are just some alternative ways to look at a particular problem in your body, pain or discomfort in your body. Maybe it is your spiritual sense coming through of clear feeling.